Hi everyone, welcome to this workshop, Make Your Website Work for You, Part 2, hosted by the Long Branch Public Library through Grow with Google. Grow with Google helps people grow their skills, careers, and businesses by offering free digital skills training and tools. I am Kate Angelo, the Technology and Career Center Manager at the Long Branch Public Library, and I'm happy you have chosen to join us. Today we're going to learn how to create a search-friendly website that drives user action and supports your goals. This is the second part of a two-part workshop. In the first class, we focused on some of the introductory concepts for creating a great website. If you'd like to watch the replay of part 1, you can access it by visiting the Long Branch Public Library page on YouTube or our website, which is longbranchlib.org, longbranchlib.org. Now let's get started. A global survey found that 58% of purchases were prompted by something the shopper saw online. If your business doesn't have an online presence, you may be missing out on an important connection with your target audience. An online presence drives important brand recognition that may not be possible elsewhere. In today's climate, it may be that a website or online store is the only way you can connect with your customers, so it's more important than ever to build that digital community around your brand. In the first part of this class, we reviewed the 6 characteristics of a great website. We discussed some of the simple ways we can be effective in each one of these areas. Today, we'll dive a little deeper with more advanced strategies to make your website great. As a reminder, a great website is goal-oriented, organized and easy to search, useful, functional. It's intuitive to use on any device, and last but not least, it's findable by search engines. Many business owners know that building a website is an important early step, but a website can be a lot more useful than a business card or brochure. With some advanced planning, you can create a site that helps your business grow right out of the gate. But how do you want to grow? You need to start by defining goals. In part 1, we talked about narrowing your website in on specific goals. What do you want your website to accomplish for your business? What does a conversion look like for you? The goals depend on your business, but some examples are build company brand, generate leads, make sales, re-engage customers, attract employees, and provide customer support. Ideally, your website leads the user from one page of useful content to the next until they finally convert. In part 1, we discussed using Google Analytics to better understand our audience and what drives their conversions. Building personalized experiences starts with a good data. Google Analytics can help you to better understand your audience and the insights their activity gives you so you can make more strategic decisions for your business. Spend time with your user data and site analytics to find opportunities to customize experiences for users that drive additional value. Learn which search terms and sources drive the most traffic. To remedy a high bounce rate and a misalignment between your visitors and your website's content, examine in detail your visitors' interaction with your web pages, the nature of your traffic, and why those visitors are arriving at your website. See demographic information for your most profitable customers. Look for useful ways to segment your users. Rather than designing one experience for everyone or the average user, look for distinct groups that might have different wants, pain points, or behaviors. You may also begin to understand the characteristics of your most profitable audiences. Understand what content your audience is most interested in. Evaluating your traffic can help you identify who is and isn't finding your page content to be useful. It can also drive your decision-making when it comes to the content you decide to highlight on your website. Evaluate which channels drive the most conversions. Understanding where your traffic comes from and what drives their conversions on your website will help you to make smarter advertising, content, and design decisions. To get started with analytics, visit g.co/analytics. You'll embed your tracking ID into the back end of your website and can begin collecting data immediately. To set up a Google Analytics account, first go to g.co/analytics. You'll start by either creating a new account or signing into your existing analytics account. Do one of the following. To create an account, click Start for Free. To sign into your account, click Sign In to Analytics. Next, you'll need to set up a property in your analytics account, if you haven't already done so. A property represents your website or app and is the collection point in analytics for the data from your site or app. Then you can set up a reporting view in your property. Views let you create filtered perspectives of your data. For example, all data except from your company's internal IP addresses or all data associated with a specific sales region. Finally, follow the instructions to add the tracking code to your website so you can collect data in your analytics property. Each CMS will be different as far as where you need to put your tracking ID. It can be helpful to search for where to place my tracking ID on a Squarespace website, for instance. There are also great YouTube video tutorials on how to do this. Now let's look at some of the reporting that could be helpful in understanding your audience and your website's effectiveness. Acquisition reports provide a window on users' acquisition, behavior, conversion, or ABC cycle. Basically, how you acquire users, behavior on your site, and conversion patterns. See where traffic comes from and how channels perform. You could use acquisition reports to find out how people are searching for your business or finding your website through search. With this report, we can see what search terms people are using to find you and conversion rates of different search terms. You can use this info to drive site content, overall content strategy, Google Ads campaigns, and advertising affiliate content. If you are present on different platforms, check out the attribution model comparison tool in the conversions section. Here you can find insights about the path to purchase if they are clicking on multiple ads from different channels. You can also find benchmarking metrics for the different channels by going to the audience part of Google Analytics. Just keep in mind not to get too caught up on these numbers. Instead, use them as a general guide and benchmark your performance against your own account at a previous time range so that you can measure your progress over time. Audience reports provide insight into characteristics of your users, such as demographics, interests, geography, language, and behavior, technology, and devices. Business owners often have preconceived notions about who their audiences are. Google Analytics can help you learn more about your audience and potentially detect a mismatch. You can use that information to drive marketing initiatives. Behavior flow reports visualize the path users travel one page or event to next. It helps you discover what content keeps users engaged with your site and to identify potential content issues. Just remember, you must have set up and be tracking events before they appear in the behavior flow chart report. The more organized you are about setting up the event tracking code, the easier it is to use the events or pages and events views of the behavior flow chart. You must also have set up content groupings before they appear in the report. Conversion reports. A conversion is a completion of an important business activity, like a purchase or lead. Use these reports to see how all your channels work together toward conversions. In this report, we see which sources drive the most conversions on this business owner's website. For example, organic traffic from Google search resulted in the largest number of total revenue. Conversion reports help you, as a business owner, make strategic business decisions, like where you will spend your advertising dollars or the social media platforms you will maintain the largest presence. In part 1, we talked about information architecture and designing your website for your targeted audience. But what happens when you aren't sure what your audience wants? Google Optimize allows you to tap into their needs based on their real-time interactions with your site. By running experiments in Optimize, you can test new website designs, layouts, and content with a subset of your visitors. Instead of relying on instinct and opinion to determine the best page or site design, you can run an experiment that tests alternate designs with real-world users and get results that are simple to read and understand. Optimize uses the power of analytics to measure your experiments and uses your analytics goals as experiment objectives. What's more, you can serve experiments to specific groups of users that you've defined as audiences in analytics. Marketers can run experiments on landing pages to increase conversions. Publishers can test how different site layouts affect stickiness. Social media managers can experiment with different sharing strategies, and designers can test new website designs. Optimize allows you to run a variety of free tests to customize your website experience for your target audience to more effectively drive site conversions. Some of the tests you can run with your Optimize account include A/B tests or ABN tests, which let you test multiple versions of the same web page to learn which page works best for your users. Multivariate tests, which allow you to test multiple elements on a page to see which combination achieves your goals. A redirect test, or split URL test, is a type of A/B test that lets you test separate pages against each other. With redirect tests, the test variants are identified by URL instead of page element, which is most useful when testing two very different landing pages or a complete page redesign. Deliver better personalized experiences to your customers. Immediately launch the winning version of your site from an experiment or launch a custom experience from the ground up. We've discussed how you can run different types of tests using Google Optimize, but what kinds of decisions will you make with the results of those tests? Here are some examples. We've talked about goals and organization, and we're getting closer to building the site. The next thing you need to consider is creating relevant content and experiences for your users. In part 1, we talked about how a great website includes useful information for your customers. And chances are your customers will search for your valuable content using keywords in search engines. It's important to incorporate those keywords into your content so it will become recognizable by search engines and more easily found by your customers. You can use Google Trends to understand the keywords that are trending in your industry and geographic location over time so you can incorporate the most effective keywords into your website content. Let's take a look at an example of a yoga studio. Let's say this yoga studio is contemplating adjustments to the content of their website and want to know which keywords would potentially drive the most traffic to their site. Using the tool we just discussed, Google Trends, this studio can compare keywords they would like to have surface their website and determine which of these keywords is being searched the most for their area. To do this, I would go to g.co/trends. Enter the keywords or phrases I would like to compare. Narrow down results by location by clicking on the state or region I would like to see results for, in this case Colorado. You can adjust the date range and view the results. You can also see related queries to get ideas for new terms. Later, to plan out your keyword strategy, visit g.co/trends. Enter the keywords and phrases you want to compare, narrow down the results by location, adjust the date ranges, and explore related searches for more ideas. Let's move on to another aspect that can help your website achieve business goals: functionality. In part 1, we discussed how different types of website functionality can help customers find what they need more quickly, make informed buying decisions, or connect with your business in new and different ways. Now more than ever, you may be considering how you can best connect with your customers remotely through your website's increased functionality. Too often website creators are tempted to add functionality for the sake of adding it, but you want to be sure you're always considering the user experience when adding elements to your website. Make sure you're adding functionality that your customers want and need. For example, if you own a restaurant and your customers constantly ask about the option to place their takeout order online, think about adding an online ordering page to your website. Customers typically want to minimize the amount of time spent performing menial tasks on your website. Think about minimizing steps in the checkout process with added features like mobile payments. Allow forms to be filled out with just a few snippets of information. Make sure that you place the importance of an engaging and efficient user interface over any extra bells and whistles that may seem fun or interesting to look at, but that don't serve a specific purpose. Avoid visitor distractions like pop-ups the moment they land on your website, such as an invitation to sign up for your new newsletter. This can also be true for chatbot pop-ups. Don't embed videos that will autoplay when visitors land on your website. They may be in an environment that will not allow for sounds, and it could cause them to immediately navigate away from your website. User experience should never be a sacrifice to beautiful design. Functionality is one of the most important elements of website design. In part 1, we discussed how a great website is intuitive. Visitors should not have to think about, or worse, struggle to find what they're looking for, to do what they want to do on your site. We've reviewed some of the best practices for tailoring a website to visitors using different devices, such as a smartphone. The design can have a big impact on whether your site helps you reach your goals, and we have to consider all different types of visitors on a variety of devices. Luckily, you can use Google Inspector within Google Chrome to test your website's compatibility from all different device types. To use Google Chrome Inspector, you'll first want to navigate to your website. You'll need to use a Chrome browser window. From there, right-click anywhere on the site and select Inspect. On the right-hand toolbar, select the icon labeled Toggle Device Toolbar. This will bring up a drop-down menu above your website labeled Responsive. From there, you can use the drop-down menu to view how your website displays on all types of devices. Last but not least, a great website is search-friendly. In part 1, we discussed how the Google bot and algorithm work to understand your website content and place your site properly in Google search results. We discussed the concept of search engine optimization, or SEO, and some tips for optimizing your own website for Google search results. We'll quickly review those concepts again. What exactly is SEO? Search engine optimization refers to the techniques that improve your website rank in Google search results and attract higher quantity and quality website visits to grow your online presence. Why is SEO important when it comes to managing a website for your product, service, or brand? When consumers use search engines, they're typically looking for a specific product, service, or solution. Sometimes they want to be entertained, educated, or reassured. Regardless, they have a specific need or want that your website may be able to fulfill. Ranking in search results for particular keywords, topics, and phrases can help you connect with your ideal customer. Here are a few specific tips to building your website that can help. Optimize load time, especially for people viewing your site on mobile devices. You can test your site at g.co/testmysite and receive a free report on aspects of your website that could be slowing it down. You can then make changes to speed up your website, which will keep visitors from navigating away from it. Original content. Useful, information-rich, clear, and accurate. Include keywords users would type to find your pages, and make sure that your site actually includes those words. For links, especially in the navigation, use text when possible. If it's an image, make sure to include all relevant alt tag. Add internal links which will link to other areas of your website to keep your audience engaged in additional content. External links will offer value and increase reputability outside your website. Backlinks are links to your website from other website sources. This showcases your website's reliability and relevance. Good page titles and descriptions. Ensure that title elements and alt attributes are descriptive, specific, and accurate. Remember information architecture? It not only helps your human visitors, it helps Google interpret the content, including what's important info and what is less important on your website. Last but not least, design your site for all browsers, device types, and sizes, including desktops, tablets, and smartphones. Google prioritizes websites that work across all devices and can reach all your potential customers. From generalist to specialist, from newbie to advanced, Search Console can help you to monitor, maintain, and troubleshoot your site's presence in Google search results. Business owners, even if you won't be using Search Console yourself, you should be aware of it. Become familiar with the basics of optimizing your site for search engines and know what features are available in Google search. SEO specialists or marketers, as someone focused on online marketing, Search Console will help you monitor your website traffic, optimize your ranking, and make informed decisions about the appearance of your site's search results. You can use the information in Search Console to influence technical decisions for the website and do sophisticated marketing analysis in conjunction with other Google tools like Analytics, Google Trends, and Google Ads. To sign up for a free Search Console account, start by visiting g.co/Search Console. You'll need to add a website property to your Search Console account and verify your ownership of it. You can create a property that includes an entire domain, example.com, or a property that is limited to a single branch, example.com/clothing. After you've signed up for Search Console, you'll receive an email if any unusual events occur with your website. Unusual events include indications that your website has been hacked or problems Google had when crawling or indexing your site. Google will also email you if there's any detection on your site that your site violates Google's search quality guidelines. Every month or so, we suggest that you take a look at your Search Console status. Make sure you aren't experiencing an increase in errors for your site, and check that you don't have any unusual dips in your click counts. These could be signs of issues on your site that could be affecting your search ranking. When you add new content or make important changes to your site, you may want to test that Google can access your pages by using the URL inspection tool. You can tell Google which pages to crawl by updating your sitemap. You can also tell Google which pages not to crawl by using robots.txt or no index tags. A few weeks after you post content, confirm the number of indexed pages in your site is rising. Some of the tools you want to utilize in Search Console include the Performance Report, which shows important metrics about how your site performs in Google search results, how often it comes up, average position in search results, click-through rate, and any special features, such as rich results, associated with your results. The URL inspection tool, which allows you to check a specific URL on your website to see the status of how Google search sees that URL. This tool provides detailed crawl, index, and serving information about your pages directly from the Google Index. The mobile usability report, which shows which pages in your property have usability problems when viewed on mobile devices. We've covered a lot of information today. Let's look at some resources to help you keep learning. If you want to sharpen your business and marketing skills, check out Primer. This is a free app you can download to your phone. If you have an Android device, you can download it at Google Play. If you have an Apple device, you can download it from the App Store. This has a series of short, fun lessons that are all less than 5 minutes each. You can access lessons specific to learning to work from home and do business online by visiting g.co/primer/fromhome. If you really want to become an expert at Google Apps for Business, visit Skillshop. This was formerly called Academy for Ads. Skillshop is a one-stop training center for everyone who uses Google professional tools and solutions. There's training on Google Ads, Google Analytics, Google My Business, and more. The lessons here are categorized based on your experience. There's information perfect for beginners, intermediate, and even advanced users. And there's no charge for this training. You can access Skillshop by visiting g.co/Skillshop. Whether you sell online or in-store, boost your business with a quick and easy evaluation of your retail website with Grow My Store from Google. Grow My Store scores retailers' websites and generates personalized reports with recommendations to help you improve the online experience you offer to your customers and grow your business. You can access Grow My Store by visiting g.co/GrowMyStore. Another great resource is our quick help videos. Get answers and learn how to make the most of Google's tools in just a few minutes. You'll learn things like how to get your business listed on Google Search and Maps, how to create a YouTube channel for your business, and how to start a Google Meet conference. Check out the playlist on g.co/grow/quickhelp. Grow with Google is an initiative that helps people prepare for work, find jobs, and grow their business. Job seekers can grow their skills in order to find new jobs and advance their careers. Teachers can learn how to put the latest technology to work inside and outside the classroom. Small business owners can build their online presence and find new customers. Startups can learn how to get their ideas the exposure they need to succeed. Developers can sharpen their current skills and master new ones. To learn more, visit google.com/grow. And thank you for attending this workshop. And as always, remember you can contact us at the library anytime for any of your business needs, job-related needs, or computer training needs. You can reach out to us at 732-222-3900, extension 2270. Thank you.